So let's take a few moments and just remember how to find the velocity on a position time graph. Now remember that the slope of an xt graph is the velocity. And that means that we have to pay attention to the sign of the slope because that gives us the direction of the velocity and the actual magnitude of the slope. We call that the speed, and that tells us how fast the object is moving. For example, let's take a look and figure out what the velocity of this object is between 10 seconds and 25 seconds. Now remember, the slope equation is rise over run, and that's the change in the y values divided by the change in the x values. But we don't need to use the y and the x because we actually have real world variables on our position time graph. We know that position is on the y-axis, time is on the x-axis, and that means that we're really using the change in the position divided by the change in the time. And when I kind of expand that, that's simply the final position minus the initial position divided by the final time minus the initial time. So let's just go in here. This is going to be, as time moves forward, this is going to be the initial position in time, and this is going to be the final position in time. And so I'm just going to pull those values off the graph. So my velocity is going to be equal to the final position, that's going to be right here, 25 meters, minus my starting position was at 10 meters. And I'm just reading that right off the graph, like that. And when I look at my time then, my final time, I'm going to read that right off the graph, is going to be 25 seconds, minus my initial time is going to be 10 seconds. This is a very, very nice little graph here. So what that's going to give me is 25 minus 10 is 15 meters, divided by 25 minus 10, 15 seconds. And when I divide that out, my velocity is going to be equal to 1 meter per second. That is how you find the velocity as the slope of a position time graph. Now you try.